Yo, what's up, world? This is Stephon.
And it's your boy Jashad.
And it's the Likeable Assholes podcast.
And we always the shits, man.
We got a guest with us today.
Introduce yourself.
What's going on, world? Baby, this Tone. It's Tone Low, baby.
Tone. Looking at the dark.
Looking at the dark.
All right, man. So, if you been watching the news lately, you can guess the first thing we're gonna talk about.
Yeah, man. It's kind of like the big elephant in the room.
Yeah, the goddamn elephant.
You can't avoid the shit. It's
Pissy
right there
elephant.
in your face.
Yeah.
The elephant that pisses on you on camera.
R.Kelly. That's what we're gonna talk about. Goddamn it.
You can't ignore that shit.
We ain't trying to be rude.
So, sir, you got an angle you wanna or perspective you wanna take on this matter?
All right, so I looked at the surviving R.Kelly so far. The third night is the night, actually, I believe. Yeah, it's like a 3-night series. Started at 9. Actually, It's like 45 minutes in right now. So I gotta finish the shit. But it's cringeworthy, dog. It's like we already knew that he wasn't right, but it's kind of fucked up how it takes from all these women's accounts, women's accounts. That's like now y'all starting to see how fucked up it is. Like it didn't take for you to see him on video peeing on a girl. It didn't take for him to marry Aaliyah when she was 16 years old. Oh, but now everybody coming forward and saying this. Now he's the monster or whatever. Like he been the monster. Y'all just so stuck in the let me stick my king, in this shit, man.
That's what happens when
you know what I'm saying?
That's what happens when you let shit build up.
Well, they did a good point. Like I was looking at it and they were saying like throughout the case, and I didn't notice this until they said it. They postponed that case for 5 years. Right?
Yeah.
He wasn't found innocent to I think 2009.
Right, which is a long time.
Very long time. I was going off to college around then. The video came out when I was in high school, early in high school.
The video came out before high school.
Yeah, and
actually.
and now to know that
I remember niggas was selling it on the streets.
Yeah.
At barbershops.
And I didn't know.
And that's kind of illegal because it was child pornography that we were selling. Well, I said we, but they.
Yeah.
No association. I was in middle school.
So it's like. So it's like. That case, I didn't know how prolonged it was. I mean, you starting to get the ins and outs and the details of it when you look at it.
Right. And
I didn't understand how long it was prolonged, but then they made a point. That was like, the more it was prolonged, the more he had time to distract everybody. So, in that in-between time, you got Chocolate Factory.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and then he made songs that make you forget about everything. You got Step in the Name of Love, Happy People, Ignition, the remix. You know what I'm saying? Feeling on Your Booty. It's like he had so many hits.
And you heard what he said on the video. The music is already injected.
Yeah,
the music
it's
is
kind of
already
like
injected. Y'all should have did this shit 20 years ago. That's what he said on video.
And R.Kelly, yeah, they did. They showed that on there too. R.Kelly is one of those people that's just like always gonna be the staples in black music. That it's like, no matter how fucked up he is. I mean, because he's been giving us subtle signs for years. Yeah. He wrote "Age Ain't Nothing But a Number."
And was in the background of the cover.
Yeah, like
I mean, he wrote that song for his 16-year-old wife. Keep that in mind.
Yeah, I mean, like he has so many clues in his music, and motherfuckers are just so. It's like when he sings, it's like it hypnotizes you to be like, we don't think about him as peeing on a little girl.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, damn, this R. Kelly, the king of R&B. We were just talking about how R. Kelly was the king of R&B the other day.
Okay.
And now this comes out, now everdy's like, oh, he's a monster. He's been showing me y'all he's a monster this whole time.
You want to sack us a little bit?
Yeah, in my opinion, my roots go way back, and he's not the king of R&B in my opinion. Y'all were talking about top 5 last show, if I'm not mistaken. If y'all don't mind, I get my top 5.
Go ahead, get it off. Get it off your chest, bro.
I gotta say, 1 is Marvin Gaye.
All right.
2 is Teddy Pendergrass.
Okay.
What did I say? My 3rd was Luther Vandross.
Okay.
4th, Maxwell.
Woo! Hey, this is a tough list, though.
And then 5 is probably
Jacquees. Jacquees, did you crack top 5?
Jacquees.
Don't be disrespectful, man. This is my first show, man.
You gonna say I just fish?
Nah, who you had number 5?
I think 5 is dang, man. It's rough, man. Top 5. I mean, number 5 is probably. You said groups, right?
Yeah, you can say group.
Oh shit, man. Got between Maze and
Frank Beverly Maze.
Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's
Maze,
funny.
Earth, Wind, and
Tony got that old school. I'm gonna get some Punani playlist.
Hey man.
Hey, but listen.
Snappy nappy dugout.
If you're a fan of real music, right?
Yes, it.
Going to see Frankie Beverly and Maze is one of the best things you can do.
Live.
Not even for Frankie Beverly's voice or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
That band is the greatest band I have ever seen in my life.
But you know who I had the opportunity to see live?
I felt the drums in my heartbeat.
That's it.
Y'all.
You know
Literally.
who I got to see live, and he puts on a great
Changed
show.
my life, man.
That's old school.
Who? Charlie Wilson?
Charlie Wilson.
Yeah, Charlie Wilson.
He came out that motherfucker with the shiny suit. He came out that shit in a shiny suit dancing. And when he did drop a bomb on me, I was like, oh, you are my friend.
Yeah, come
you
on.
are my friend. And I was like, oh. And Charlie danced the whole show. But we ain't escaping this R. Kelly
No,
shit.
we are not.
Go ahead.
Because you know I'm finna get on this shit, right?
But it's like, man, there's so many hints that, back to R. Kelly, it's so many hints that he dropped in his music, so much shit that he did, and it's kind of like...
Is that all null and void now?
And it's crazy to me that through all this shit, people still defend him. Because I'm not defending R. Kelly at all.
Look at now. Think about it. This kind of ties into where we at now in society when it comes to look at this joker we got in office, Donald Trump.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is the thing.
You know what I'm saying? It's like,
and a lot of people are taking this
pick
angle.
And choose when we want to
tell you.
I'm
trying to tell you, keep that same energy, folks.
Yeah, and people are. I don't like the angle of like, oh, well, Elvis was doing it, so and so. No, let's not compare. We're talking about R. Kelly right now, and I have two opinions about it.
Okay, because you had a few.
I have multiple opinions. My first opinion is, it's no surprise that he was a creep. I hate that people are now so surprised and wild that he's been showing y'all he's been a creep this whole long. Y'all just ignored it because the music was good. Mm-hmm. Number two, about the whole R. Kelly thing is, people that's defending him is kind of weird. You can have all the fucked up shit in front of you, and you still be like, well, so and so making excuses. I get it. I looked at the surviving R. Kelly thing. You had girls 16, 17 years old. At some point in time, you do have to look at it and be like, where were their parents? There was a lot of negligence. You know what I'm saying? And granted,
was it negligence
to a certain extent,
or was it was it going along with? They were going along with
these are
like you
young
said,
girls.
they were being flown out.
Yeah,
you can't get on a plane without your parents, dog. You are they were culpable.
So it's a lot of weird stuff that goes on behind it. And then when they're saying, oh, R. Kelly was illiterate, he couldn't read and nothing like that, this wasn't something he was doing by himself. He had help. There was somebody booking these girls' flights. It was there's people that was flying them out. Like, people in this camp, all of a sudden, all y'all saying y'all knew he was like this or y'all like this, but y'all was around enabling him to do this. So it's not only him that's responsible. You know what I'm saying? What about the motherfuckers that's in the camp that seen the young girls around there and was cool with it?
You know? Here's the thing. You're absolutely right. But I'm going to take a completely different stance.
All right.
Right? Well, the first thing is, you want me to boycott the music of someone who was acquitted. Right? So, where they do that at, first off?
I mean, George Zimmerman was acquitted, and that doesn't make him innocent.
And he's made millions from selling paintings of who? Of who? Trayvon Martin, right?
I'm just saying, just because you're innocent, because you found innocent in the court of law, don't mean you innocent for real.
It don't matter. It don't matter. Like you're gonna keep living. You're going to keep living. You're gonna have a life after it, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like, oh, let's boycott him. I feel like it's kind of late. It's kind of weak. It's minute at this point. Because we knew what he's been doing for 17 years. At least 17 years. No, motherfucker, it was in the 90s when he married Aaliyah. We've known what he's been doing for a long time. And we know it didn't stop with Aaliyah. Why are we sitting here on our high horses, on our fake morale high horses, pretending to look down upon him? When we have simply allowed him to do this. Look at the mirror. You want to blame somebody? Look at the fucking mirror.
Yeah.
Because now he can't be touched.
Yeah,
Too late.
That's the thing, and he knows it.
And he knows.
And it's just like, this is the weird, and that's why.
No. And then people get on me for saying I'm defending him. It's not about defending him. It's about being realistic. If this kind of shit bothered you, it should have been bothering you. Don't change when society changes. If you felt this way and you had a moral spine, stand on your moral spine back in 2005. Stand on your moral spine back in 1995.
Right.
What the fuck? Don't come out now because you see a Me Too movement and it's cool to sell out on somebody. That's fuck shit.
Yeah,
Have your own mind. Because if you had your own mind, you would have been stopped fucking with R. Kelly. And it hasn't been a little known secret. He's been the punchline in black comedy for the last 20 years.
Facts.
Go to.
Facts.
If you get in a jam, you start sweating, and they say, "Oh, it's hotter than R. Kelly at a Girl Scout cook." In front of girls, somebody's at a Girl Scout cook. That has been go-to. He has been material for the last 20 years, and now we act like, "Oh, I didn't know he was doing this." Like it takes, like, what's the difference between molesting 10 girls and molesting 15? You're sick. 10 and 15 is not what's making the difference. The people who are enabling him, which has been not just the people in his camp, but the supporters of his music. I'm not going to stop listening to him. But at the same time, I personally have never bought his album. I have never been in concert.
Yeah.
Right? But the motherfuckers have. And it's funny because I see all these people who saying, we're not going to fuck with R. Kelly, right? It's motherfuckers who weren't fucking with R. Kelly in the first place.
Right.
He wasn't on your playlist. R. Kelly's not in my playlist. I fuck with R. Kelly when he come on the radio.
Yeah, that's about it. Yeah.
Like every now and then one of his songs will pop up in my head, be like, yeah, that was the cut. But no.
Well, he was featured on something.
Right. Like, but I don't just keep R. Kelly and like, man, I'm finna set the mood tonight with R. Kelly. No, I don't do that.
That's not my go-to at all.
No, R. Kelly's not my go-to either.
Like, I'm so tired of the hypocritical people. Like, let's stop doing this. Stop acting like you give a damn about dating young girls. Because if you did, you would have blew the whistle on that 25-year-old who was coming to pick up the little 15-year-old girl from the high school that you was attending. Oh yeah. But we ain't gonna talk about it.
And that's another thing.
Or the fathers who been taking shots at their daughters' friends.
Yeah.
During high school.
And that's another thing.
But we're not gonna talk about it.
That's
right?
another thing I want to get into because another thing that I took from the R. Kelly thing is, of course, it blew up on social media. But now it's this thing where women are now associating what R. Kelly did to all to damn near a lot of men that mess with younger girls. But from when we first started this episode, I told you about when I was 17, I fucked with a 20-something-year-old girl.
Right.
We can't ignore the fact that older women are fucking with young boys too. We can't pinpoint this and make this a man attack thing.
Right.
It goes on both sides. We have older women that are friends of your mother or friends of an older auntie that literally watch you grow up.
Yeah, buddy.
Just to give you some. Or just as soon as you hit 16, 17, they looked like you was gone. So what we need to be addressing is not, these men are predators, these women are predators. We need to start looking at the fact that motherfuckers are fucking with young people, and how do they find the time to do this? Yeah. And people that know it sweep it under the rug. I made this comment yesterday on Facebook, and I was like, I want to say it verbatim because I don't want to butcher it because I
don't mean to cut you off.
I want to have the same energy.
That kind of sways into the whole discussion about old girl Black China. Because how many teenage boys have she been with?
I mean, they ain't been teenagers, but they were young. You know,
okay.
Yeah.
No. Apparently they were teenagers, dog.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
All right, so.
But no one gives a fuck when it's the boy.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Because for us, we look at it like,
even when it's the girl. Let's be honest. I don't like using the word molested because when I hear the word molested, I think of vulnerable. You couldn't help yourself.
Okay.
You were in a corner. Like they muscled you. Like even though you were young and you were influenced you were manipulated by somebody who was older than you. Right. I'm cool with statutory rape. Because that specifically states the age difference. It's an inappropriate age difference. But
you're cool with the terms.
That term, yeah, right. Cool. Not right.
Let's just make that clear, people. You got that? All right.
Yeah, because motherfuckers now.
But when you use molested for someone who willingly did it, even though they were under the age, it kind of throws off. It gives you a false perception of what really went on.
Okay.
Right. Now, let's be honest. At 16, how old is 16 really? I knew what the fuck I was doing at 16. I was cutting class, trying to get girls. I was finger fucking girls in the motherfucking goddamn theaters. I knew I was cussing out teachers.
I was going to class.
I was playing basketball. Like I had an ideal of things, right? I was consciously doing shit. Like I wasn't as smart as I was gonna be, but I knew what was going on.
Right from wrong.
Right. So if I was to mess with a 16, if I were to mess with a 30-year-old woman, I would, like, later on, I'll look at it like, yeah, she probably manipulated me for my body. But I wouldn't feel like I was molested and this is going to traumatize me. I feel like that's kind of putting on.
All right, so I put the status, and it was like, I was just thinking, it has been and still is so much trauma internalized within black society that we really was not thinking about it and having healthy conversations about it. Now we have the opportunity to do so. It's now seeming trendy, and that's a problem, i.e. mental health, rape culture, racism, domestic violence. We're really seeing how bad we've been sweeping shit under the rug and just rolling with it. This shit is deeply rooted. And what I was basically saying is like...
Into the mic.
What I was basically saying is like, we've been internalizing and just dealing with shit, sweeping under the rug, dealing with shit, sweeping under the rug. Now when people are coming out and talking about it, others are like, oh shit, I have a story for that. Oh, I got a story about that too. Oh, now it's becoming a movement and it's damn near seeming trendy. And I think it's not the fact that it's trendy. I just think people are now having an open space where they feel like they can talk about it now. Some of it is trendy, but for the most part, it's like...
This is where my problem comes from, right? Because guys take shots at women. Mm-hmm. That's what we do, right? Men are supposed to be the pursuers. Okay. Supposedly, right?
Approaching meaning.
Right. Okay. So when we, let's say it's a woman we work with, right? Mm-hmm. We approach her. She declines us. Like, it don't have to be no physical thing.
Right.
And, like, you blow up. She'll, like, let's say you take off, right? And you got a little clout. Oh, and then she'll be like, oh, he used to sexually harass me.
Mm. Yeah.
I didn't finish what I was saying though, man. I was like, we throughout the years, all this shit that we're seeing, and that's now a problem now. We kind of swept it under the rug and kept moving. Like, we just dealt with the shit. We never talked about it. And now the fact that everybody's now starting to put their shit on front street and talking about it, it's now seeming like, oh, it's trendy. Now all y'all want to come out and say shit. No, the motherfuckers don't feel comfortable talking about that shit.
What I'm saying is clout. A lot of them are clout chasing.
Y'all saying the same thing, just different.
Yeah, I don't think you're catching me though.
So it's like, it's bad that, like, damn, it just show you how much trauma in the black community we've been facing, that now when we talk about it now, the fact that it's looking at as being trendy, that's a problem. Because we was never able to feel cool about talking about this type of shit.
Mm-hmm. Now people are just doing it because it's the hot take, the hot button, it's the hot issue. Not that they actually
else comes along.
And then this is what I was getting at with the whole protesting. It's fake outrage. It's fake caring. Cause you knew about this 10 years ago. Why ain't nobody ain't doing nothing? Why ain't nobody been made a docuseries?
Like, I don't know.
And then in the docuseries, guess what new information I found out?
What's up?
That R.Kelly was illiterate. Everything else I already knew. Nothing was new.
I mean, you put it out in a song like a couple months ago that he was though.
I admit it.
Yeah.
Song. Yeah.
Shit was like 10 minutes long.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but like, come on, man.
But yeah, what you pretty much saying is that, you know, it was already out there. Everything's been out there. Nothing is new, and that it's like. I don't think the people who are saying that they care. So it's fake outrage, is what you're saying.
Exactly.
To a certain extent. Okay. So for some people, it triggered a lot of them. Like for people that probably dealt with some type of molestation at some point in time, I guess seeing that shit kind of triggered them a little bit. So that's different. I mean, it's probably all kind of emotions that came from it. From when I took it from it, it was like, I was like, damn. I mean, now when all y'all are like giving such descriptive stuff and y'all personal accounts on the relationships, it's just like it shows you he was already a creep, but he's a super creep now. It was like, damn.
Oh, he been mental for a long time, and what's funny, it's funny as the Boondocks told you that.
Yeah.
If a cartoon told you that.
You know, and they talked about that, showed a little clip from that shit too.
Yeah.
So it was like, if anything I took from it, it was like, you just reconfirming everything motherfuckers been saying for years. So
I learned nothing new about R. Kelly. I found out more. You'll find out more in depth. Yeah, sure.
Depth, yeah.
But nothing was like, oh, I didn't know he was messing with multiple young women.
Right.
Like I knew that too.
So it's a timing thing from what y'all was saying, from what it sounds like. It's perfect. It's a perfect, I guess, timing for this to take him down now, so to speak.
No,
I guess so.
Because
I guess this would be the perfect time.
I mean, it's not like he's been making hits for these last few years either. We haven't really heard R. Kelly on the radio in some years.
But what we talking about, music is a completely different thing. We talking about just in general with the climate we are in.
I think it makes him an easier target.
Okay.
Because he got away. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like you got away, and this is
and that's the whole premise. Is you see how they got Cosby. They reached all the way back.
So it's like. I get everybody's point. It's like, this motherfucker's been a creep. We can't deny that. But it's like, how could y'all, where was the outrage of him being a creep when he had Chocolate Factory? Nah, y'all stepping in the name of love. You know what I'm saying? Y'all was in love with that shit, and now this comes out, and the outrage is like, I don't know, man.
I'm just gonna say this though, like if we gonna bring up old shit, I feel like I'm the real victim.
Oh my God.
When I was 17 years old, I was dating this chick. She was about 19 or whatever, and we having what I thought was consensual sex at that time. She got on top, and she began to start sucking my nipples. Now, any straight man knows this is a no-no. I don't understand why women would get that confused and think niggas like that shit. And the problem is what she told me, she was like, oh, my ex used to like when I used to do that shit. So it's some of y'all hoe ass niggas out here is getting y'all nipples sucked and telling hoes, oh yeah, I like that. No, man. Stop it.
Yeah, suck the right one.
Like what? Like you'll never suck the left one, head ass nigga.
This nigga jumped from R. Kelly and him getting his titty sucked.
Listen, I was victimized. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been afraid to talk about it. You know, this is my first time coming out about this situation.
Yeah, swept under the rug.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so me too. Okay.
Oh my God, he's an asshole. This is the crazy.
That's crazy.
The crazy thing about it is like I told you, man. We gotta start taking accountability for these older women out doing this shit to the young boys too, man. And then you kind of corrupt these young boys too, because they get older, and typically victims.
They repeat the same.
They repeat the same behavior that was done to them.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like.
I mean, yeah, maybe.
That's a fact.
So Stefan's a habitual titty sucker now.
I do. I suck titties. I do.
Because it was done to you.
Breast milk.
Yeah, that's what it is. I suck titties because it was done to me. Hurt people, and that's what's going on right here.
It was like
I'm out of control, goddamn.
It was like titty residue. Hey, I started putting a lot of shit in perspective in the last few days and weeks and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I started looking at it. I was like, we've been doing fairly well on this podcast shit, right?
Right.
But it's like, we literally have people that follow us on Facebook. We mention the podcast. Be like, you got a podcast?
Right.
Motherfucker, we only been posting it every other day that we got some shit coming out on or
Episode
whatever.
10, thanks for listening.
Yeah, so it's like, it's just like.
We still early though, bro.
It's not, no, you know what it is? It's a support thing, dog. It's because you can put it in their face all day and they'll ignore the shit. But it's somebody like outside the city or somebody they may think it got clout and they be on their dick all day. But if it's somebody from their city, they look at you like you too personable. Like,
right.
Oh, I know him. Oh,
right.
We ain't listening to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, when they know you, it's kind of like, it kind of takes the credibility away a little bit. Versus if somebody that they don't know, it makes it seem like they're a little bit more important. Right. It's like, oh, them niggas doing the podcast too. We know stuff. We know Savon. You know what I'm saying? So it's like.
Right. It's always harder to get out of your own city. That's the hard part. Once you get the support of your city, it's easy to start moving outward. but getting the support of your city it's always been a difficult feat.
And I always didn't want to be the type of nigga to be, oh man, the city don't support me. City don't support me. I don't give a fuck. Like we're in a time where you don't really need your city to support you no more. We are in a time where you don't. We're
that's true
because of the internet. Because of the internet.
You're right about that. But
you don't
at
need
the
the
same
city to support
time,
you, but
it would be nice to have people around you support you.
It would, but it's like at the.
Say that again for me.
It would be nice to have the people that's around you support you. The people that you see every day, that you know you come in contact with, or who are in your vicinity. You know that's
right.
That you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, it just kind of fucked up. It takes for people to see that you on to something.
But you know, that's
before they
that's
start,
what it is.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what it is. They gotta see it. They gotta see it doing well for them to jump.
But
on.
the way for it to do well is for you to support this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Funny
It's
how it
kind of
goes,
like
right?
it's crazy how it goes. Like, all right, so we just did a sponsored event,
Right.
New Year's Eve, New Year's night.
Okay.
And it's like we could post about it. The motherfuckers literally hit me in the inbox. Y'all got a podcast?
Yeah.
The fuck? We literally has a group page. We told you how to log. We got links or whatever. I mean, I understand how the Facebook algorithm goes, but it's like, how many times do niggas have to post that shit about it and you ignore it and then you start acting like it's brand new?
Just
like
responding to that shit.
Well,
no, I'm responding to it because it's like my best thing is not ridiculing you for like what you don't know. So I'm gonna educate your ass. This
here's the thing. Here's the thing. As during marketing, our job is never done. You gotta keep marketing, keep marketing, and then when you think you've marketed enough, market some more.
Right.
Okay, because people will never know enough. They'll never you have to stay on the person's conscious because there's so many people fighting for their attention. It's so many people fighting for their ear and so many people fighting for the dollar. Now we're not fighting for the dollar. We just want their attention. That's really all we want because it's free to listen to us.
Yeah.
You know, perfectly free.
You pay
several avenues.
You pay nothing. You listen for free.
But pay attention.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. It's free, and it's just like, man, it's just crazy. Like be that troll in niggas' comments and leave the link in there. I damn sure do it. See, and it's just I don't know, man. It just be a lot. We're in the whole new year.
It's saved to my clipboard.
Yeah, it's a whole new year, and it's just like I always analyze people,
Yeah.
but like, and we're all walking contradictions. But I hate that shit. I really can't stand walking contradictions, and it's just like when dealing with people, you just gotta look for shit for what it is. It's like you just gotta know what you're getting out of that motherfucker. So when I look at like the interactions that we had within the last year, and I think about it, it's like, what is healthy to you? You know what I'm saying? There's certain people who's like you have in your life, as far as that serve a purpose, and certain people who you just don't fuck with. It's just that simple. And it comes to a certain part of time, you in the new year, people say new year, new me, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, I'm starting to see that having unhealthy people in your circle or around you is not healthy for your mental health, dog.
Well, can I say this? Me and you talked about this. I believe I'm not sure if it was on air or off air, but we talked about this, and I think it was off air. And when I said to you that one of my New Year's resolutions is going to be being happy, protecting my happiness. And like we said, it sounds like an easy thing, right? But it's quite difficult. You have people in your life who are draining you, and it's hard to let those people go.
Right.
It's not just like
you feel bound to them because it's like,
right.
I know them for so long,
or you feel obligated to that person, or they won't be able to make it without me, or whatever your reasoning is, or like. But you got to let it go if they're taking more from your life than they're adding, then you have to make the subtraction.
But it goes back to the old saying that it's all about actions. Actions speak louder than words. So people can tell you all day long that I'm here for you, I'm this, I'm that, but it's like you kind of have to look at the past history, like what have they been adding?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, to your life versus just talk. You know what I'm saying? Talk is cheap. You know what I'm saying? That's so cliche to say, but it's the facts though.
What also cliche is when people as a firm believer, right? Now, I know y'all hear my language on here. Y'all might think I'm not a believer, but I believe in God, right? Mm-hmm. And one of the things I found while I was going to church is how people don't when you say I'm gonna pray for you, it's become hollow to people.
Yeah, it's like
Part of the reason is because when people say it, they don't even actually
they
pray.
don't mean it.
They don't actually go home and pray for you. That's what's crazy. Like, dog, that costs you nothing to say a quick prayer. Ain't nobody asking you to get slayed in the spirit, to get anointed, and to fall out. Just
you don't need to
just
tell
say
me
a
that.
quick prayer.
You don't need to tell me that either.
Right? Yeah, you don't have to tell me
Exactly.
because you don't have to volunteer your lives to nobody.
Exactly.
And then on top of that, I kind of don't want just anybody praying for me either. Like
Some folks don't even know how to pray.
Yeah, I don't just want just anybody praying for me. Sometimes I'm like, nah, I'm cool. Don't pray for me. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want just anybody to pray for me. You know what I'm saying? But it is. It's kind of like terms is just be thrown around now. Like if somebody lose somebody in their family and you're on Facebook like, oh, sorry for your loss. You know what? I stopped saying sorry for your loss a long time ago because it's like, what are you sorry for? You know, I'll say send in my condolences. You know, like sorry for your loss. It's kind of like, I know how you feel. No, do you really?
But
you know what I'm saying?
But that's the perfect example though.
Yeah.
It goes back to that whole thing where if you really did lose somebody that you love or whatnot, versus saying sorry for your loss, well, how about going by that person's house and just really checking on them?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just out of the blue.
And that
You know what
goes
I'm saying?
into like,
you know,
I started assessing my friends last year. Well, I did this a couple years ago too. And I started looking at everybody that's in my circle and be like, who's really a friend and who's really not?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And when you start to look at it, as you get older, your friends kind of condense, you know? And then your real friends, most of my real friends I don't have to talk to every day.
No.
Every other day or whatever, but the love is still there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I hate to throw women under the bus, but I know this about women. When they're friends and they fall out, they put all their business out on each other. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, this bitch, blah, blah, blah. What? It's like, this was your friend. See, if I fall out with my friend or whatever, I'm not going to talk about them like that. You know,
You won't even know.
I may talk about the
figure it out.
situation. I may talk about the situation, venting or whatever, but I'm not going to be like, oh, man, when I was cool with this nigga was this nigga was that. Like, we don't do that. But women will drag their friends on the bus, and it makes you wonder, were y'all really friends? So I was going to be like,
That's a good question.
you can't just throw friends, the word. I don't use the
You
word
can't
friend
use
out
that
there
word.
loosely.
You can't use that word.
I'm going to throw it out there loosely. It's like, I have a lot of people that I know. I see them, oh, what's up, bro? I went to school with us, but are they my friends? Nah, like.
Friends.
If you broke up with
How many
your
of us have them? Friends.
it's like that friendships be thrown around loosely. So it's like you really have to look at it. And then when you start looking at who your friends are, then you have to start reevaluating who's good to have in your life and who's not.
You're right. Pause. Hey, dog, did you realize that Friends got the same melody as The Freaks Come Out at Night?
Yeah.
The Freaks Come Out at
Absolutely.
Night.
The Freaks Come Out
That's
at
all they did
What?
back then.
What? Yeah, buddy.
Use the same
buddy.
beat, or just flip it around a little bit.
Yeah.
That's all it was.
But I've realized this, man. You got to put your expectations on somebody as realistic. Like just because you were there for somebody and you did X, Y, and Z, you kind of know whether or not that person would do that same thing for you.
Right.
Like if you gave somebody X amount of dollars for and you know while they were going through a troubled time, you kind of know if that person would do the same for you. So you got to just treat others how they treat you at the same time. Right. Or if you do go over the top for somebody and you know they can't pay you back, let it just be a gift
From your heart. Yeah.
Let that just be that. Like, because
that's all really a gift
if you
is.
ever do something for somebody, expecting something in return, or not even necessarily in return, but when something happens to you, expect them to have your back to the way you had their back. If that's what your expectations are, then you're going to be disappointed a lot.
And there's no reason, honestly, when that kind of stuff happens. Because going back to what you were saying about women being friends and stuff like that. You often hear the whole thing about when she needed this, I did this for her. So how come she couldn't come through for me? But instead of getting mad, just be like, well, that should tell you, that's how she feels about you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
Don't get mad at it. Just know that's where you stand with her. You know what I'm saying? It might be disappointing, but that's just a matter of that's just the fact of the matter.
Belly of the beast.
There you go. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, and then knowing that, that's how you gotta, play that position.
And then when you know your friends, you gotta know what you're getting out of your friends too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta know who's what.
That's
you know,
it.
like,
That's it. And sometimes
you just know those people are gonna be those people.
It takes a disappointing situation to find that out, unfortunately.
Sometimes it's not even disappointing. You just know, like, when people think of Savon and I'm your friend, you know how Savon is. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you kind of already sum up who I am, how I react to shit. You just kind of know my ways.
Right.
That's how I group my friends together. Like, I know who's going to react certain ways, who I can have certain conversations with. It's just like, it doesn't make you no less than a friend. I've learned to know you.
Like,
So
I got
like,
friends, like, not to be funny, but like, you know, and I'm using this word, friends, loosely right now. But like, you say, I got friends from work. And there's some friends from work, you know they're not going to mess well with your homeboys from back home or whatever. Mm-hmm. So you kind of know that too. Because you know how people are. So, like I said, you got to just set realistic expectations. Like, don't get your hopes up thinking they're going to hold you down, especially if you plan on going to prison.
Oh my God.
Get that up.
Another conversation.
Yeah, that literally is another conversation.
Yeah. And then so, I digress from that. As I'm moving on, there was some shit that bothered me the other day.
Okay.
You know, the typical Facebook shit. It's always Facebook when it comes to me or social media shit. You know, I'm heavy on social media.
Whole beginning on these games.
I'm not on social media, period.
Yeah, you've been doing that down for some years. I don't know how. That shit's addictive.
Here, man. So you won't be getting no Twitter, Instagram handle from your boy over here.
And this is the thing, man. And I wish I could be like that.
Trust you, boy. Them hoes don't trust you.
You know what? Even though, like, you said how you've been going without social media.
2 o'clock.
Like, there's certain shit that I've been finding myself not giving a fuck about. Like, if I don't have it, I'll be like, I just don't have it. Social media is one of those things I can't say. It's because it now became like a venting space.
Yeah.
Because not every time you can call your friend and they're available and you can just shoot the shit. You just have to get it off somehow.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
somebody gonna hear these jokes.
Yeah, somebody gonna hear this joke or somebody gonna hear whatever. I try not to put personal problems on social media.
Yeah.
That's the key.
Some people have
That's
a tendency of putting like personal problems out there.
Right.
But there was this article, right? And it was like in Jacksonville, I think it was like Northwest, and it was like 2 teens shot in the car, could be gang related, 2 gang members. I'm like, gang members? I'm like, nigga, there's not really no gangs here in Jacksonville. Like, you just got a bunch of little niggas running around doing dumb shit, repping their sides. That's not a gang to me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
a gang to me, a gang is organized crime. Is organized crime.
Like,
right?
if I'm like, there's a certain part of town in Jacksonville I grew up in, 103rd, right?
Right.
Now, there's niggas I grew up with that went and did fucked up shit. Mm-hmm. And are you gonna sit here and tell me all them boys I grew up with were a gang?
Well, this
No,
you know what's
like,
funny, because the news and the police will tell you that. Yeah. I remember seeing on TV niggas we went to school with. Had got locked up for something they did, and my man said, oh no, this white woman was on TV saying, they are known as the 103rd Street Certified Headbuster Gang. I was like, nah, that's just some shit they put on MySpace. Not first of all, they call them, like, everybody says 103rd Street Certified Headbuster. Like, everybody, certified headbuster means you'll beat somebody up. Like you're known for beating somebody up. That's what headbuster meant. They turned like a phrase from one nigga MySpace page and made a group of niggas a gang. And and gave them that lengthy ass name, 103rd Street Certified Headbuster Gang. This was on the news, and it's real. And I'm like, yo, I know them cats. They're not gang members. They just like kind of off, and they hang together. They do dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? Like dumb shit to get in trouble. Like, but no, they not gang members.
And, you know, and I looked at it like this too, because somebody made a comment on there. Chip, by the way, I'm gonna throw her name out there. Chip made a comment, and Chip was like, Chip was like, you know, I used to think that the same way that you think until I paid attention to it. And she made a great point. She was like, the textbook definition of a gang, it fits.
What's
you know
the
what I'm saying?
definition?
I'll bring it up. The textbook definition, it really do fit. Give me 1 minute. Hold that down, bro. Oh, you paused it? Stuff, you paused it?
No.
All right, gang. It just says an organized group of criminals. A group of people form a group. Like the definition is so fucked up.
But did you use the word organized?
Yes.
I think they lack that severely.
Yeah, it says a gang is a group of associates, friends, or members of a family with a defined leadership and internal organization that identifies with their claims control over territory, and a community engages either individually or collectively in illegal and possibly violent behavior. In some instances, the definition fit. In most cases, when we're describing these little niggas that's doing shit in the city, it's not a gang, man. It's like, it's no different from when we was young. We always want our cliques and we want to have a name. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's
Right.
basic. You know, it's like, it's no different from that. And so, just because a handful of them go do some fucked up shit, now they're gang members. Nah, these are not Crips and Bloods here. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
and so,
like I said, like when people are representing the neighborhood, first off, like you can be from, remember when niggas was repping Plumtree?
yeah, like, and that's a suburb.
That is a subdivision for anybody who doesn't know that.
So it was just like, I don't know, man. And so, like, to proceed with what I was saying, I'm going back and forth. Chick gets on there and was like, "Oh, it is a gang because I work in the prison system and we see it all the time." I'm like, fuck, that makes sense. It's a prison.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, of course there's gangs in the prison system because they have to protect themselves. It's
Right.
like, that's a whole different world.
Like once you get from my understanding, I've never been to prison, but from what I was told by some of the homies, they were like, listen, when you get to jail, you typically hang out with other niggas from Duval. Like if you from Duval, you gonna hang out with other niggas from Duval. You hang out from Miami, you gonna hang out with other niggas from Miami. If you white, you gonna hang with a bunch of white people who claim to be clans and all that other shit. You'll hang with white people. Like you can be someone who never used the N-word, but if you want to stay alive, you're gonna be hanging with Nazis. You know what I'm saying?
It's survival.
Yeah, like you said, it's survival in there because it can be literally life or death.
And so I was telling her, I was like, man, y'all believe into this shit that the news and the cops tell y'all that they put out and publicize. But I was like, do y'all never feel like the gang member term was thrown on young black men just to be able to, as a ploy to lock them up for longer? Because, you know, if it's gang related and it's criminal activity, you know what I'm saying? The charges are more severe.
Because when it's a group of white kids, they're labeled as rambunctious.
Or a group of teenagers. You never hear them classified.
Rowdy.
You never hear them classified group
Get
of
those
white
rowdy
kids.
kids out of here.
You know, juvenile delinquents. You know, you never hear them classify a group of white boys as fucking shit up as a
Thugs.
gang. Or thugs. You never hear that.
And
Right.
what you know what's funny to me? Is also the perception. It's the perception of black people in crime. Because sure, we do, like I said this last episode, I say this all the time. Black men make up 40% of prison population and make up 6% of the United States, right? Now, funny thing is, in totality, we don't actually commit more crimes than white people. We can't. It's too many of them. They commit more crimes than us, right? But how come you see us on the news for criminal activities more than you see white people?
Yeah. When you see something
Right.
happen, like you could be a victim and they'll still find a way to criminalize it.
It's two reasons to that. One, because black people are located in metropolitan areas where the media is pretty good, right? And all these backwood countries and all these other cities where the population adds up,
No news.
there's no news. So when little Jimbo gets caught up robbing the convenience store, and everybody in the city knows each other and they know who did it, he goes to jail. He never makes news. But let a black kid rob the little grocery store on 103rd.
Or even worse,
He's gonna be on news. He's gonna be
even
on
worse,
news.
the little white kid that robbed the liquor store out there in redneck country doesn't even go to jail.
It won't even go to jail sometimes.
They just tell his daddy, come pick him up from the store. And
Right.
And you know, and this is another thing. It was just like, even when we're the victim, we're criminalized. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you had Trayvon Martin that was blatantly murdered. I mean, it's clear as day he was murdered.
I mean, because he only crime he committed was being black.
Yeah, and wearing a hoodie.
Yeah. Apparently, that's a crime.
That's threatening.
So he was murdered.
Threatening.
He was murdered, and then the only images they show of him is him and pictures sticking up his middle finger. Just all.
Oh yeah, he wasn't that nice kid that they're trying to portray.
Yeah, like they tried to dirty him up. So when it came down there, it just fit the opposition's narrative. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of like, damn. It put it in perspective for me. Is like, if I was to get shot dead today, how would they perceive me? Would they go dig up some page? Would they go dig up a profile?
Bro, they would go find your MySpace page where you was wearing a bunch of bright colored shit with your middle finger hanging up.
Exactly.
Like,
are they gonna try to paint me like I done been to college?
Did you have a gold? Did you have golds?
No, I didn't have them. You know what I'm saying? But I used to tonk bandanas and all kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, I went to college, graduated cum laude, and that's the picture you gonna dig up. You ain't gonna dig up my graduation picture, me in college. You gonna dig up me from high school, flipping the bird, throwing up the threes. You know what I'm saying?
But if there's a point they're trying to get crossed, that's what they're gonna use.
But when it's a white boy, and he say it was a white boy, he was accused of rape, and they got off. He got off. They posted his picture of him. Like the nice pictures of him.
Oh yeah.
You never seen nothing of him being drunk at a party. Nothing with him flipping the bird. No wild shit.
He gets labeled mentally ill or mentally something, right? He doesn't really get the criminal.
That happens.
You know what I'm saying? He doesn't get the criminal label, a lot. So.
What? One thing, okay. Because you remember the guy who wasn't it Gene? I forget his name, but he was killed in his own apartment by a police officer.
Oh yeah,
right.
White female police officer.
Right, and then on the day of his funeral, they said, "Oh, we found marijuana in his apartment."
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck does that have to do with him being gunned down in his own apartment?
Right.
Oh, he wasn't following instructions. He in his own fucking house. Mm-hmm. She's intruding.
They even say they got tape. They said they got recording and tape of the girl banging on the damn door.
Yeah.
So this whole notion of she thought she was going into her own apartment.
Listen,
like,
they will. LOL, white America, assassinate my character. They've been doing it for a long time.
Yeah. And so, and to revert this back to what my initial thing was going, because this is a rabbit hole that we end up digging into.
Right.
And so that's just some of my points. Mm-hmm. So the girl that commented on it is just like, she tried to discredit me because now I'm on her ass. You know what I'm saying? Like when I state my points.
Yeah. So when you win in the debate, they attack your credentials.
Yeah.
So they sabotage the choice.
Her way.
That's actually the white man's tactic. Boy, she stepped out on you, brother.
And she was light skinned too. That's fucked up. Very light skinned. No, I'm not gonna connect it like that. But
damn.
So
hey, I was just talking shit too, dog.
Yeah. So but I ain't gonna go that far to it right now. But
not yet.
She was just like, oh, just because you don't live that way and you not live in that neighborhood don't mean that the gangs ain't going on. Nah, I kind of passed it up that first time. I was like, all right, I see what she's trying to do here. Then you do it a second time. I'm like, I wanted to be like, bitch, you know what I'm saying? But I was like, I kind of fuck with her, you know what I'm saying? But it's like now you're trying to discredit me by saying what she was trying to say. Oh, you don't live in the hood. You didn't come up in the hood. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, do you? And so they'll look at him as that he's the real nigga. He's the one everybody should be scared of. Oh, that nigga certified. But soon as they see a man, he's doing the shit the right way, and he's just like, he not on that type of time. They look, oh, he's soft. He ain't a real nigga. He's quiet. He's a lame. He's square.
Right. L7 ass boy.
Yeah. When I came up, I was told the ones that's quiet.
Them the ones you
gotta watch for.
Yes, sir.
The
loudest
goal,
one in the room is the weakest one in the room.
Yeah, and also, not to be too loud. The loudest one in the room is usually the weakest. If you do your dirt, do it on your lonely. You know what I'm saying? When you just be low key. Don't let everybody know your business. Don't be out here telling on yourself, incriminating yourself. Just always carry yourself a certain way. So now, when you see niggas and they're just like, they're doing the right thing. They just, keeping themselves blah, blah, blah. And you may live in a nice neighborhood, came up in a certain player. They look at you like, oh, you lame, or make you less credible. But then when you looked at as a lame or a square, but then when a dumb hood nigga that y'all all respect and so-and-so, that nigga real. As soon as he get locked up, y'all just glorifying him. But when he get locked up, then y'all tell him how stupid he was and how he should have been like the guy who's considered lame.
You are right. But if he had people who loved him, he had people telling him the right thing. Or was just doing whatever he wanted to do. Right. A lot of times that influence in the streets, it's the street. It's not usually the people not at home that's telling you that stuff. No. Usually the people in the streets who egging you on, it boosting your head up. You know what I'm saying? That's really
and so they boost their head up until the point where they go do some dumb shit. So everybody was glorifying the quote unquote hood nigga until the hood nigga get in trouble, and then y'all tell that hood nigga how much he should have been like the square.
Right. Because the only one that was probably telling the only one probably telling him the right thing was his mama. Yeah. And so that shit is crazy to me. We'll glorify this motherfucker, call the other one a lame, and then when the one that we glorify gets in trouble, then you tell him how you should have been like the lame. Here's my real problem, right? We see these guys who are real drug dealers and who really in it and really, out here, with the big money, the big amount of drugs and all that stuff. That's not what I want to talk about. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about these small time motherfuckers. Like, niggas literally be on the block for 50, 60 hours a week, coming home with about $500-$600. I'm like, nigga, you might as well get a real job. You are sacrificing your life, the life of others around you, your freedom, all this for, like, really what is just normal pay. Nigga, get a job.
And it's no risk.
Right. Come on, man. Like, you're not even making real money. Like, if you was bringing $1,000 a day or some shit, some crazy number like that, it'd be hard. I can see where the argument is like, yeah, it's hard to get a nigga off the street when you're making that kind of money. But niggas not even making money like that. Like, niggas, like, I put it like this. If you a drug dealer and you out there all day, and when somebody come to pick you up, you ain't got gas money, bro, you got to find a new occupation. This ain't for you. And honestly, you hear the old heads who used to sell drugs back in the day, they'll tell you, man, these niggas out here just to be cool. They fucking up the game.
Fucking up the money.
That's what the old heads are telling you. These niggas fucking up the game.
And even the quote unquote old heads that even did that kind of activity back then knew they had to have a backup plan.
And Cassidy said it in the rhyme. He said, if you can't rob, get a job, nigga, earn you a check. Like, the street's not for everybody, dog.
And that's the thing I hate about the hood, dog. The goal was always to make it out the hood. You know what I'm saying? Like, right. Damn, we struggling so bad here, blah, blah, blah. You know the struggle. We want to make it out, see better days.
Right.
And it's been like for the longest time that we've seen it that when a motherfucker do make it out, then now he's considered a sellout because he's doing better. I thought the goal was to get out. Why is he a sellout? Because he went to go do better.
It's a amount of I would say jealousy, and not necessarily people feel like you owe them something. We came from the same place. You made it. Yeah. I feel like you owe me something, right? But that's not really the case. And when you don't give them nothing or give them the handout that they're looking for, they feel like, oh, you forgot where you came from. You're a sellout. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Because it's like, it's okay if I'm still here struggling with y'all. I'm real. I'm real when I'm here struggling with y'all ass. But if I make it, then I ain't real no more? Mm-hmm. That's crazy. Right. Oh, he nigga think he better than us. Nah, nigga. What you should be doing is learning how that motherfucker got out there. So you can get your ass out too. And it's just like, it's crazy how it goes. It's like, they don't, it's like when you relate it to music. When you hear that rapper talk about hood shit for the first 3 albums. That 4th album, you're starting to see an evolution. Now he's starting to talk about other shit. Now they be like, man, that nigga ain't real no more, man. That nigga, he don't make music like he used to. So it's the concept of we're not supposed to grow and evolve and develop. It's like you want me to stay the same.
But that's how you keep a slave in his place.
Yeah, it's kind of like
a slave keep the same mindset.
Right. Even if you take the chains off of them.
So it's just like, and the thing is, the hood never leaves some of these niggas. You know what I'm saying? Jay
The track, like
him and Beyonce bringing a combined $1 billion.
See, I'm just
you know
dropping these hip hop jewels. Remember my man Andre 3000, not Andre 3000, but Big Bo was like, now you back in the trap, just that trap.
Yeah, it's like Beyonce got a combined $1 billion, but
Right.
as much as you can say how Hollywood, how rich Jay is, Jay's still a hood nigga, and people know that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You just gotta know how to move. Jay knew how to move.
we know how to move, so it was like
You say he's still a hood nigga, but a lot of that stuff he's bigger than now.
yeah, like
it's some stuff
exactly.
it's beneath.
But no, the hood never leaves niggas. That's the thing.
I think what he's talking about is the mentality.
Yeah,
You
like
take
he's
those
still
principles and everything you apply it to business,
Right.
and you use that to benefit you instead of bring you down.
Right.
yeah. Some of
You
these
know what I'm
niggas,
saying?
the hood never left them.
Right.
It's just like you get to a certain point where now you're not the hood nigga.
Well, I
I can
think
now get in some fucked up shit
I think
now.
Jay always understood enterprise. That's always been a thing.
Right.
Like, even like that's another thing we like. I'm not trying to be funny or glorify these drug dealers, but a lot of them are talented. They understand logistics. They understand marketing. They understand.
Yeah, you can't be a dumb nigga and sell drugs.
Finding a void and filling it. Like they understand all these business concepts, but yet are applying it to the wrong thing, really, to an illegal thing. So it's not that they're idiots. It's just they are using their skills in a illegal way.
There's nothing wrong with hustling. Just change your hustle.
Right. So then you got a guy like Jay-Z, who was one of those guys.
A lot of hustle.
Changes his hustle.
There you go.
Right.
Yeah, and just like I start thinking about it, it's like when you grow and develop within the black society, it's kind of like it's beyond people that be like, oh, you ain't shit or whatever. When you think about most of these rappers that was like still in the hood when keeping it real go wrong, most of them got killed in their own hood.
The quote D.L. Hughley, he said, "A prophet is not loved amongst his own."
And it's crazy, man. Like, it is crazy how it goes. So it's like I've been doing a lot of assessing and thinking about a lot of shit. And that was just one of them. And it was just like, where is it now when we have to start looking at stuff in the black community? Like, we speak on shit like this. We speak on these things that's like a scab that we keep peeling off, but nobody really let it heal. And we still have a lot of healing to do. Like every once in a while, that scab get pulled back, but it never heals.
I don't like to use the term of the scab because it's not necessarily complete. It's more like a broken bone. The black community is like a broken bone. Now you have to properly align it so it can heal properly. The problem is we've tried to put the bone back, but we haven't. It wasn't properly aligned, and it healed the wrong way. Now you got to break it again.
So we see the trickle effects of everything from before us. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like it's an ongoing cycle. It's an ongoing cycle.
It is.
It's like who's gonna be the motherfuckers that break this shit? You know what I'm saying?
And a lot of times when you find the quote unquote haters or whatever, when they see you get successful, you know, they feel like you need to do something for them. Those type of people are just mad at themselves, really. They really don't have anything against you. They're just mad that
They wish they was like in a spot where they could make something happen too.
Exactly. That they didn't do for themselves, but they saw that you did. And it's kind of like, well, dog, you know what I'm saying? I'm still here. You know what I'm saying?
I always had the mentality of like, if I see somebody I know that make it, instead of hating on them, I'm gonna be like, damn, nigga, show me how you did it.
Right.
So I can learn too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I remember this one girl I was dating. She would do this thing where she would compare herself. She's like, man, I'm about to be 30. Man, when Martin Luther King was 30, he was doing this, that, and the third. I'm like, do you hear yourself? You're downing yourself because you're comparing yourself to like one of like the all-time elites that ever. You know what I'm saying? Like where you are, you have nothing to be ashamed of.
Right.
So it just be crazy because like it's like you got to be a horse with blinders on. You got to run your own race.
Yeah.
You keep looking over, you're gonna get distracted.
And that's a problem with our generation because now you have social media and everything is
that's
instant.
what it is.
Everything is instant.
And that's why you need the blinders right there.
Yeah, everything is instant, and then we're seeing highlights. Everything is a highlight. Nobody's gonna put on there when they're struggling. You're not about to see none of the bad shit.
Well, I'm not gonna say that because we do see when somebody baby daddy cheat.
Yeah, I mean
we do see that now.
We see it, but for the most part, it's the highlights.
All the wrong things.
Yeah, but for the most part, it's the highlights. We're gonna keep on showing you how good we doing, blah blah blah. It's the highlights. So people are really jealous of other people's highlights when you don't know the bigger picture. Like you may see,
what you can't see.
you may see the highlights of LeBron balling, but you didn't see the whole game that these niggas was getting their ass whooped the whole game. You know what I'm saying? You didn't see LeBron balling, but you didn't look. Oh, the Lakers. It
was a tough game, man. You don't notice how tough it was for
exactly. So you seeing the highlights, but you don't look at the bigger picture. Like even the ball player can have
before that, you don't see the practice.
You don't
see the practice that he put in.
Even a ball player can have the greatest game and still lose.
That's it.
You could have the greatest stats ever and still lose. The highlights. You look at ESPN, oh, that's the greatest play, but did they win though?
But if you're great, you don't take losses.
Exactly. You take lessons. A loss is not a loss; it's a lesson. You know.
But even with the great plays, just going back to that example, you got to realize there were other guys contributing to that play.
Right.
You know, that play didn't just happen because that guy was in the right place at the right time. No, you know, it's I can't stand the darn Patriots, but when Bill Belichick says just do your job, do your damn job, and it'll work.
And so I'm starting to look at like the celebrities is big in the role of this.
Yeah.
Because they'd be like, I don't want to be no role model or whatever. Motherfuckers are looking at you and you know it. That's why they have this thing called followers. Right? So they have made it look like an instant success. You have these rappers, you have people talking about, I made it overnight. You know what I'm saying? No sleep. You know what I mean? Overnight.
Honestly, some of them, it feels like that.
Yeah.
For some of them, it really feels like that. Because look, it take one viral video.
But now it's like an instant success for some cases. But for the most part, you didn't see the grind.
They got a show on Netflix called Instafame.
You didn't see the grind, the long grind till it popped for somebody. All you see is, that motherfucker made it. So now we have an influx of everybody want to do shit, man. Like when I grew up, there were certain things that I wanted to do. Huh?
I didn't make a joke. I don't know why.
No. But I'm thinking about what you're saying right now, and the whole thing about it is, think about it. Being a celebrity now is nothing special.
No, because you can be a celebrity and still broke.
Because I'm saying everybody's a celebrity now. There's no mystique like when there was a Michael Jackson, when there was a Prince. You know what I'm saying? There's no mystique. Like
when you seen Prince, you seen that haze behind him.
Come on, man. Like, come on. That's gone.
Yeah.
It's like you could be famous and be you could be famous and still be broke. Still sleep on an air mattress.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? But you famous though. You got those followers though.
Yeah.
But the money is not translating to how big your fame is.
Well, that also goes to that business mindset we talked about a few minutes ago. You got to know how to translate.
And then some people are famous for the wrong reasons.
You don't know. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You would have got.
You talking about wide neck?
Yeah, like we got motherfuckers that was really out here that was famous, that was mentally retarded. That's crazy.
You talking about A-Town?
It's like motherfuckers want to get pictures. Damn. People are running to go get pictures with them. It's mentally retarded.
It's about anything to get noticed is what we do.
Man, it's crazy. And I'm not mad at that shit. Get your money. But it's the fact that now people think they could obtain being famous and stuff like that easy. Like now, nobody... I remember when I came up, there are certain things I want to be. There are certain things that I want to be, certain things that I want to do. Mm-hmm. When I grew up, one of my first loves was football.
Right.
One of my first loves was music. I seen Juice, I want to be a DJ. The person who made me want to write rhymes was Tupac. Then I see my uncle and shit like that. So it was certain things I grew up off of that I grew that passion and learned the craft. Now, it's like you look at Instagram and you see chicks and they'll look at the city girls and be like, now I want to rap. And they be like 30 years old. Late 20s, I just want to pick up a mic and rap. I see them doing it. You see one female DJ, now everybody's a DJ. You see a guy that DJ, everybody want to be a DJ. You can literally go get a laptop and a board and Serato and learn how to DJ, but you don't know the craft.
That's it.
Like, listen, it don't matter. This is one thing I'm at. It don't matter when you start.
It doesn't.
It matters about your detail to your craft.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, I feel like the game is getting messed up because we letting a whole bunch of guys in who have no respect for the craft of hip hop.
Or doesn't even care about the craft.
Too many hands in a cookie jar.
Don't care. Right?
Yeah, it's
so many new rappers that come through with their album 2 disappear, It's so many of them, and we supposed to be like, and people be trying to get me to learn their music and learn their names. I'm like, for what?
You ain't no different, bro.
You like if you don't respect the craft, you won't last long.
Yeah, and it's
What's
like,
I ain't trying to be funny, but what's going on with Lil Yachty? Heard his name in the news lately?
yeah, he's gonna be ha too. But that's besides the point. I get your point though. But it's like it's microwavable. It's like you hear today, you go on tomorrow.
What they took out of it, they hide behind the fact that, well, you know, this is my generation and it's just fun and we just, you know, doing things our way.
Well, every generation had
right,
that.
exactly. But you got to realize though, you know, you take away the discipline, you take away the integrity, and when you take away those two things, you take away the quality. And quality, once quality dips, that's what we get right.
In every generation, you had rappers that was ass, but they made fun music.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We always had to have it, but it was like a balance. For every serious, lyrical, hardcore rapper, you had corny motherfuckers.
Listen, we had our 69 boys. We had the 2 Live Crew. We had Yin Yang Twins. Like, so, there's a place in hip hop for this crazy music. This little dance music.
When it's overabundance of it,
that's what I'm saying.
It's
too much.
I think the fact that y'all are hitting on the fact that it's more popularized now.
Right,
the fact that they're putting that out in the front street instead of the stuff that
the
needs
people,
to be put out in the front street.
Right, the people who actually have a message are in the back.
Exactly. There you go.
So we're in that day and age where everything seems so instant. Everybody want instant gratification. Like, I just had to tell my friend the other day, and it was like, I'm telling her, you gotta crawl before you walk. She wants to do comedy and shit like that, and she's like, man, people ain't supporting videos, blah, blah, blah. And it's kind of like, yo, it's like, she's funny. Okay. But it's kind of like, slow grind.
That's it. Slow burn.
It's a slow grind.
It's the same thing with this.
Yeah, it's the same thing with the podcast shit. I mean, we don't have an abundance of people that's hopping on to listen to it. It's gained traction. We do well in plays. But it's like, at the end of the day, it's a slow grind, man. It's a slow build up. And like, people want that instant gratification. Like, they should be fucking with me. And like I said, it's because you start looking at the celebrities, start looking at shit on social media, and you thinking it's supposed to be instant.
You know what else is instant? A car crash. People love to watch them, right?
You see motherfuckers crash and burn all the time.
Hey, that's a good one, boy. I like that.
My man Skyzoo said the blinders is on. I get the urge to lift and I peek your leaving there and I outswerve collisions.
Man.
So if you could just lift the blinders up sometime, people.
That nigga ain't watched Bird Box though.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? If you ever get the urge to just peek and lift and just leave them and see where you going sometimes, you can outswerve a lot of this bullshit that's coming at you. But if you just choose to be blind and willfully ignorant, you gonna fall in the trap just like everybody damn else.
So it's just like, I'm looking at it, I'm just like, man, it's just a lot that I'd be obsessing. And it just be like me just chilling. Like, when I start to chill, you know, my brain is never idle. I'm always thinking about something.
Hey, you mind if we pull off script a little bit? Because this is not a part of the show what I'm talking about. But nigga, I finally seen Bird Box. You seen it?
No, I didn't watch it.
I'm scared to watch that.
I'm scared to watch it.
I shouldn't say I'm scared. But you know, I keep hearing it's like The Happening. Is that true? Y'all
I didn't see The Happening.
I hear it's like, you know, people committing suicide or something like that. Or, you know,
stick with these Reese's, man.
He got imaginary sunflower seeds in his hand.
Hey, listen.
Looking like somebody's uncle at the barbecue.
I think now that you said it, now that you described The Happening, I did see The Happening.
Okay.
I do know.
With Mark Wahlberg.
Right. It's like that, but it's different.
I never watched it. Neither one.
Okay.
So, I will say this. I had to wait to watch it because the hype on it was so crazy. Mm-hmm. I didn't want to be disappointed. Mm-hmm. Like, I felt like when I watched Creed 2, I let a nigga hype it up so much that I was critiquing the movie harder than what I should have been. Mm-hmm. And it was a good movie. Mm-hmm. But this nigga talking about, man, it's the best movie of all time. I'm like, nigga, why would you do that to me? Because now I'm going to judge this movie as if it's supposed to be the best movie of all time.
Yeah, man.
I could have walked in there with no expectations at all.
It's kind of fucked up, like how social media too will like overhype everything. So you go in there and you.
Bro, I waited 10 days.
And I'm gonna tell y'all this: as black people, we gotta stop promoting shit and not get no money out of it. Cause we literally made Bird Box hot.
We make everything hot. You gotta learn.
We make everything hot, and we haven't found and motherfuckers need to be capitalizing off this.
We made champions hot again, nigga.
You know what I'm saying? Like. We need to start capitalizing on this shit because we giving people free promotion and I'm like, oh, well, thank you. Thank you. and they don't give nothing back to us.
Man.
They don't get nothing back to us. We big up they shit and we don't get nothing from it. You know.
But they keep doing it because we keep allowing it.
Yeah, they're like, oh, cool, thanks for the free promotion.
That's all it is.
Less money we gotta spend.
Well, I don't know. White people could have been hyping it up too, but I don't really have a whole lot of white friends.
I mean,
I got a few of them, but not a whole. You know what I'm saying?
white people probably thought the movie was mediocre. We the ones who thought that shit was the best thing since sliced bread that just came out.
Wow. I don't know. Do you know that?
I don't know.
We don't know.
But like you said, black folks, we will hype up.
We hype some shit up.
Out of some shit.
We will hype some shit up and it don't even be for us.
You know what?
Tommy Hilfiger.
We hype shit up. We hype shit. Think about our normal conversation.
Shit.
Think about telling a story. We'll make that story seem so live.
Nigga.
That's how it sounds. Nigga.
Oh,
Let me tell you about what happened the other day.
I was finna fuck y'all up with this shit, but y'all ain't seen it, so we gonna leave it alone.
So it's like that. So I don't know.
Nigga, I'm riding down the street, nigga. I seen something from the movie. I said, oh shit. But I was like, I can't tell y'all this story now.
Well, nigga, what happened?
Y'all slipping. Y'all both got Netflix, and if y'all don't got Netflix, y'all got access to
when I get on
Netflix.
Netflix? I watch Friday. I get on Netflix and watch this.
Why would you waste your time?
Nigga, because Friday's a classic.
Yes, but you don't sit up there and watch classics every single time.
Yes, the fuck I do.
Nigga,
I got a fire stick and all I do is
you
watch
can
classics.
I can say Friday verbatim. Why the fuck would I go back and watch it again?
Entertaining.
Hey, man, he got his routine, man.
I watch that. I go to the fire stick and watch How to Be a Player, House Party.
It's nostalgia.
Watch the same
it's
shit.
nostalgia. That's all it is, man.
It makes me
Nostalgia.
feel
It
good
takes
when I
you
watch
back,
that
there
shit.
you go. Like I watch Martin.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
It takes me back to a time, when shit was actually funny and talented. When people actually had something to
By the way, motherfuckers gotta stop
I
acting
think
like
the actors are still talented now. Like Blackish is good, okay?
I think
I think Atlanta
sitcoms are kind of
that's the one that
corny.
how many shows.
I like Atlanta a lot. But these black sitcoms are kind of corny, bro.
I'm saying they be reaching, dude.
No, hold on. Hold on. The Parenthood wasn't kind of corny though. Nigga, we love Parenthood.
Right.
Parenthood
Like corny just means
hanging with Mr. Cooper.
Hanging with Mr. Cooper was kind of corny.
I remember hanging with Mr. Cooper, but I don't really remember it. You know what I'm saying?
Sit this one out, Young Blood.
Like I remember. I'm saying I can't remember key people from the show. I just remember Holly Robinson Peete. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She used to be fine, but like
Super.
I don't
Used to
really.
be.
Yeah.
I ain't went nowhere.
So I don't really. You know what I'm saying? Remember shit that happened on there, but I can recall episode from Martin. I can recall episode from Living Single, Wayne's Brothers, Jamie Foxx.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And
even Moesha.
Jamie Foxx was a little corny, but I love it. That's my favorite show.
I don't know, man.
Listen,
I don't know.
Like this word corny gets thrown around as a negative connotation, but the word corny simply means consistent. That's what it is. Consistent and reliable.
No,
that's what corny is. It's predictable.
Corny is like when
corny is literally predictable.
It's cheesy. Like think about it, the Parkers was corny.
The Parkers wasn't funny
at all.
No, it wasn't.
Like that's different. Like something that didn't make you laugh. That's cool.
Hey, mama.
Look at that.
That shit was corny. It was corny to me, man. But I ain't gonna lie, Moesha had corny parts, but Moesha kind of was that shit.
Moesha is a terrible watch as an adult.
Oh, as an adult,
go back and watch it now.
Maybe shit I be watching on there and be like, man, that nigga Frank Mitchell was a hater. Frank was a hater, dog. Soon as Q stepped in, I don't like that boy around my daughter. It's like,
yeah, what the fuck?
Frank was a hater, dog. Like Frank was the biggest hater. He hated on everybody. Sent Dorian off to the military school,
bro, and then to find out like dog, the most trifling shit, like nigga, you got somebody else raising your son, and you pretending like you don't have him.
That was probably the biggest flip of that whole series. To find out that Frank wasn't shit. It was like that whole time he was a hypocrite, and you find out Frank Mitchell ain't shit. You're like, yeah, that's what I want to see.
You know what's crazy? did y'all ever realize or recognize that the Fresh Prince, like all like the student unions, like when they would all go off to school It looked like it was the same ass student union. They just switched up the setting of the coloring a little bit.
Yep.
From Moesha,
Parker's and all that. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Fresh Prince, Boy Meets World.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like they just swithed up the tables and shit.
Hey,
you know what
I'm gonna see if y'all remember this. This shows you how this just shows you how fucked up Moesha is. They brought Ray J back as two different characters.
Damn.
They had an episode when Ray J was another character or something, and then they brought him back as Dorian. I'm like, nigga, how you bring the same person back to be two different characters on the same show?
I mean, shit. Hey, that nigga, what's his name? What's my man? Bernie Mac replaced the light skinned girl with somebody totally different.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
hey, but
it was actually the better move, to be honest with you. But
yeah, and that one it worked out. That's one of the ones that didn't work out.
Daughter?
Yeah, because the older daughter.
Oh yeah. Well, we saw that with my wife and kids. We saw that with Fresh Prince, with the mom.
Yeah, because we all know the dark skin mom was the favorite.
Yeah,
the dark skin mom was the best.
And then
I was hurt when she didn't come back.
Oh man,
the dark skin mom was the best.
The original Aunt Bill.
Yeah.
And then my wife and kids. Speaking the younger girl was dark skinned. And then she did make her light skin.
Oh yeah. Hey, another thing. Speaking of auntie, y'all seen Auntie Jock?
This nigga hair, he got the green
auntie,
hair.
Yeah, man, Auntie out here.
You seen Usher? Usher got the Superfly shit.
Why Usher look like a single mother, man? Like
Jock looked like the white girl that date black men.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
That's how she look.
Oh shit!
You got the signature white girl that date black men cut.
Damn.
That shit's funny, man. But I don't know what the fuck going on with these niggas, man.
Boy, they slowly coming out.
But you know,
I promise you, they are slowly coming out.
You think so?
Yes.
Because when I didn't see it like that when Usher did what he did. I was like, oh, this is niggas being funny.
All right. So speaking of comedy, did y'all brothers see your girl Tiffany Haddish just bomb completely over New Year's?
Yeah, but I wasn't kind of disappointed.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel this is the thing. I say Tiffany is so likable, but she's not funny. So when you see her bomb like that, it hurts because you like her. She's likable, but I've never felt like, man, this girl is hilarious. I never.
To me, I think she's funnier in movies. I still feel like
she's movie funny.
I haven't seen enough of her stand up wise. Still, like I seen like one little special or whatever, but I just kind of feel like.
To me, the special wasn't good.
Yeah, it's like I still haven't got enough from her comedy wise. That's not saying that she's probably bad in comedy as far as stand up wise. I just haven't got it yet. I
mean, but at the same time, as comedians grow as far as their stand up, like so, if she
as you go through more, you're gonna have more material.
She's gonna get better, and I think that's what it is.
I think movies for her is like the best thing going because like School Dance. I'm not School Dance. School Dance was my shit. But Night School.
Right.
Night School's had some funny ass parts in it.
Right.
You know, so it's like.
I wonder how much of that is improv.
At Night School? Yeah. A lot of these movies with like big comedians, it's a lot of like improvisations in it. You know what I'm saying? It's like a lot of ad-libbing, you know.
I heard Girls Trip, they let her do.
Yeah, they let her do her. And that's what's funny, like, that's like when you look at the movie like Life.
Did you think she wrote Girls Trip Goofball?
Think about Life. Think about Eddie Murphy and Martin. How much like ad libs was in that shit. They just let them do themselves.
But this is like when the black community talk about comedy, we kind of leave off Seinfeld and we leave off guys like Larry David because we don't know what they do, and that's what they do. They improv well.
Exactly.
We don't even realize that Seinfeld was an improv TV show. They improv'd it. They gave them a topic. They gave them what was supposed to happen, and they improv'd it.
Well, you know,
Larry David's Curb Your Enthusiasm was entirely improv. That is fascinating to me.
Yeah.
You want to know what else was big improv-wise in black comedy as far as TV shows and movies? It was Martin and the Wayans brothers. They were very good at it. And you know how you know it was very good at it? because there's stuff that happened and the camera they couldn't edit it good enough so you can see people laughing at certain shit.
Yeah.
Like when Marlon used to wild out, you used to see Sean kind of like laughing.
Sean's not supposed to be laughing at it.
Or D was laughing or something like that.
You talking about that
on Martin, yeah.
Right.
So that's the shit that's like, that shit was raw comedy. Or when you look at Nutty Professor, with Eddie, the first one, there was a lot of improv in that too. So it's like,
this might be controversial, but I seen Ryan Davis was doing an interview, and he said on Black TV, and he said that Eddie Murphy is the greatest comedian of all time, and he was talking about overall as far as movies, TV,
success wise,
and movies, TV, and stand up, and I was like, damn,
yeah.
He is,
that's fruit. That's fruit off. That's fruit off. Richard Pryor's tree though, because Richard Pryor wasn't just great at stand up, but Richard Pryor also was in movies and TV shows.
I mean, what I'm saying? I mean that's cool, but you got to think even Bruce Lee had a teacher.
Yeah. No, what I'm saying. Then sometimes the student becomes better than the teacher. Because when we think about it, Eddie Murphy only had 2 specials.
Yeah, Raw and Delirious.
Yeah, he only had 2 specials, and that was young Eddie. But then when he started doing movies. Boom.
Movies.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Movies took off.
Well, he had 2. Let's
then he was talented. Then he had music.
2 specials, but he been doing stand up way before that.
Most of them do.
It's not like he just did 2 stand ups and was out of there.
Yeah, I mean, when you think about Martin, two specials, You So Crazy and Run Tell That.
But a lot of times though, the specials are a big part of it. But when you talk about somebody like a Martin, when you on Def Comedy, like you hosting Def Comedy,
greatest host ever.
You know what I'm saying? Like you staying hot. You know what I'm saying? Anytime you on that stage consistently like that, you're only feeding the fire.
Then you had a consistent show, and then Martin was a movie, Thin Line, and then you had. I mean, he was early. His first movie was Do the Right Thing.
Do the Right Thing.
And then you got House Party, and then. Now you start growing. You start seeing him growing this stuff.
Now you're doing National Security. Black Knight, Bad Boys.
Yeah.
All that.
And if it's an old one,
Roscoe Jenkins.
I think that we leaving out. That was a lot of improv. Harlem Nights.
Harlem Nights.
Come on, man.
That's probably one of the greatest comedies.
That's
probably one of the greatest comedies. Movies as far as like movies. Think about who all the greats that was in there. You had Richard Pryor. Red Fox. You had Robin Harris.
Della Reese.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You had all of them in there at the same time.
And he didn't have a lot of speaking parts.
Charlie Murphy.
Yeah. Man, come on.
You probably never. You probably never get that.
I'm gonna kill you, Gwen. I'm gonna kill you.
You'll probably
Stop shooting that little shit. You ain't doing nothing with that. God damn it. You shot my brother. You shot my brother. Come on, man. That's classic material, man. You'll probably
never get that many greats in one movie again.
That's because everybody is too self-centered, man.
Yeah, you probably never get that many greats in one movie again. The last person that was able to put like, a fair amount of good comedians in there when they was up and coming, at least, was Ice Cube.
I thought you were going to say the Carmichael Show, because you definitely slept on the Carmichael Show.
Little
Rail, Tiffany Haddish.
The longevity lacks, though. Longevity lacks.
But that's because he was done with the show.
I think there was only...
That's not because they got rid of it.
Right.
But, like...
He was done with the show.
Like, Ice Cube been real good at taking...
David Allen Greer, got a lot of great comedians.
But in Living Color.
In Living Color, but then I'm talking about, like, current, like, Friday... Next Friday, you have Michael Blackson, Mike Epps. You know what I'm saying?
They got good motherfucker.
Yeah, you put all them in one movie, and like, but when you start thinking about Friday After Next,
right,
and then like Ice Cube was real good at finding young talent, but you know who's the king of that shit right now though? Nick Cannon. No, Nick Cannon.
Yeah, Nick Cannon.
Nick Cannon will find whoever's popping right now, and he throws them on Wild 'N Out. Nick Cannon doesn't get enough credit that he deserves for that shit either.
Nick Cannon is good at it. Yeah, that's actually a really good point.
He puts all the young talent, whoever's popping, he's putting them on the show.
You know what's funny? I heard Nick Cannon say recently in an interview that all his white friends he hangs around right now, he noticed the difference, and he wishes he could have realized this when he was younger.
Oh, how they flaunt their money?
They don't wear their wealth on their necks.
Yeah, they drive Priuses and stuff. You're saying that.
And the same club that the quote unquote, niggas with the money are getting to the bag, where they popping bottles at the white guys on that club, or where they quote unquote staying at the Wyndham, they own that hotel. or where they eating at the 5-star restaurant, they own that restaurant. You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of waiting to see when we gonna get to that mindset.
I mean, Nick Cannon's great business wise. He got shares. He got shares in Nickelodeon. He manages people. He got the whole Wildin' Out thing. And he went. Wildin' Out was just supposed to be a small show. Think about how many years Wildin' Out's been going.
I think he knew that was
that he just got
because Wildin' Out disappeared.
When he
brought it back,
he got smart enough to take that shit and put it on the road.
Yeah.
And selling out stadiums.
Then you branded Wildin' Out and made it like a sports bar type thing now. Now you got one in Miami. Now he's talking about taking another one and putting it. Now you're going to have Wildin' Out sports bar arcades. Because the one in Miami is a sports bar arcade type thing. And I was like, now you took your brand from your show and you're monopolizing it. And now you're coming up with entertainment spots for it. That shit's amazing, dog.
Yeah. Nick, and like we clowned Nick Cannon a couple of episodes, but that was because he was somebody was trying to make him a sex icon or some shit, whatever. But I respect Nick Cannon a lot.
Respect the moves. Definitely respect the moves.
The one thing I don't respect is when he was saying, "I don't think black people should vote." I feel like that's the dumbest thing he ever said. But I mean, I do forgive him. Because listen to him talk, his intentions were he meant well,
right?
But it's just like it's a bad idea, brother.
Yeah. But
that's a whole
overall,
conversation right there.
That is definitely a whole nother.
Who would you put in your top 5 like
top 5 comedians of all time? Are we doing just stand up or like all overall?
Period.
Completely.
Personally, Dave Chappelle is my guy. All right.
You got him number 1?
No, I don't have. You want me to get an order down?
Yeah,
I'm about to say
questions. I got my top 5.
I got my 5, but you trying to put. Okay, well go ahead with your 5 while I go ahead and work this out over here.
All right. So number 1, Richard Pryor.
Okay.
Number 2, Robin Harris. Number 3, Patrice O'Neal.
Patrice
O'Neal.
Patrice was hilarious.
Yes, man.
He's not my top 5. Patrice O'Neal was hilarious.
He was ahead of his time, bro.
I mean,
Patrice, when you look at Patrice now, you'll
I've seen Patrice O'Neal. That's why I'm looking at him like that.
But you got.
It took for me to look at
his radio
Patrice
show.
now.
Anthony.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, but you.
It took for me to look at him now, and I'll be like, yo, Patrice.
I didn't say he was. I didn't say he wasn't funny, but top 5 is why I looked at you.
Yeah. He's my top 5, dog.
All right.
You gotta watch Elephant in the Room. You watch Elephant in the Room?
No.
You gotta watch Elephant in the Room.
Okay,
so that I said Richard Pryor, I said Robin Harris, Patrice O'Neal, Corey Holcomb.
Oh, that's my guy.
He slept on
That's
top. He's like one of the ones who still haven't like really blown because he's so controversial.
Yes, but y'all need to check out the Book of Corinthians on YouTube.
Bro, we are.
That was the shit I was telling him. You got a special. Yes.
You know I'm finna watch it, right?
It's a
I'm finna watch it.
6-part little. Somebody posted in 6 parts or whatever. It's in Boston, I think.
Is it?
But my man Rip. Number 5. Damn. 5 was rough, man. Gotta go with either Eddie or Bernie.
Oh, Eddie Bernie. See, for me it's Dave, Eddie. Actually, might surprise y'all. Seinfeld, Chris Rock, D.L. Hughley.
DL has grown on me.
Now I'm grown. I understand D.L. Hughley's comedy.
Yeah.
When I was a kid watching
intellectual comedy.
When I was grown and I was watching, when I was younger and I was watching Kings of Comedy, I used to skip past D.L. Hughley's part.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But now when I look at it now, I was like, yo, D.L. Hughley was so funny. He was funny as fuck.
And I really want to put Bernie in there. I do. I really do want to put him somewhere in there. I can easily take out somebody and put Bernie there. Like I can replace Seinfeld and put Bernie there.
Yeah.
Bernie was that good. It's hard for me to just limit it to 5 because I love Corey Holcomb. I want to put Corey Holcomb up there. So I don't know. But the thing is, Corey Holcomb ain't had his own TV show or nothing like that. But if they ever get this nigga TV show,
he's made appearances though.
He's been a wildin' out.
He was on Wildin' Out for a few seasons.
He was too much for them.
He was too much for Wildin' Out. That nigga, he said, I want my woman to have no arms, no legs, just be my little bass. I was like,
damn.
I got my top 5. I got Martin,
Ooh,
Damn.
let me go ahead. I gotta review this whole thing.
Come on, bro. How I miss Martin?
Martin's
Damn.
my number one. I take a lot of influence of shit that I watched as a kid, like Martin. I remember I got in trouble in elementary
Oh man.
because he had the movie Nothing to Lose.
You too, huh?
And yeah,
You too, huh?
there was this, when there was Nothing to Lose, and he had the thing. He was like, "You want some Girl Scout cookies? But here's some cookies." And he humped the air. I got in trouble for doing that shit in elementary, dog.
Damn.
Like Martin's number one. Number two, I would say Dave Chappelle.
Mm.
Number three, is a toss-up, but I would say Eddie. It's because now I look back at his stand-up then, and Eddie was that guy.
When he talk about that drunk, I'm glad to cook out. Gus, I'm fucking tired of you guys. You come over here every year and burn in my fucking backyard. Okay? You do that shit again, I'm throwing you the fuck out, Gus. That shit was hilarious.
Hey, but he brought it back for the second special then, like, with the same, yeah, so.
Bro, when I tell you, I'm finna remove goddamn Eddie for Martin. Somebody got to go, goddamn
I'm
it.
telling you, Martin's number one.
Because I just forgot about Martin. Because we're sitting over here. Y'all done hit me on the spot with the top five.
Martin, Dave Chappelle, Eddie.
Martin's an honorable mention.
No.
We'll say it like that.
No, he got to be on the list.
4.
It's like when the club reaches capacity,
Oh, damn.
somebody got to come out so he can get in.
Number 4. I would have to give it to.
Matter of fact, when the celebrities come in the club, when the club is at capacity, somebody got to come out so the celebrity can come in.
Let me see.
That's exactly what it's like.
Number 4, I may just give that.
LMA? Oh man, I didn't even know she had stand up.
Number 4, I may give it to Bernie. Cause Bernie starts straight out the gate with being funny. I ain't scared of you motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? He jumps right into it. And it's just like non-stop laughs, roll laughs. So I would say, yeah, Martin, Dave Chappelle, Eddie, Bernie, and number 5. I wish he would have continued like comedy as much as like that, but I can't put him in the top 5. He get an honorable mention. I'll tell you once I say my number 5. Damn, number 5 is a tough one.
Oh.
Number 5 is a tough one. And it's fucked up because I gotta put him number 5 because all of these people are fruit off his tree. But I'll have to say Richard Pryor because I look at Richard Pryor now, and you know, you hear every comedian be like, "Yeah, Richard Pryor, great. I learned everything from Richard Pryor." And I used to be like, just take their word for it until like I went and looked at Richard Pryor comedy, and I was like, you see every little bit of whatever comedian that you're great now in Richard Pryor. You see Martin, you see Eddie, you see Marlon, you see all of them in Richard Pryor stand-up. It's kind of like,
here's the unfair thing from what I'm judging Richard Pryor, because when I go back and I look at Richard Pryor stand-ups, a lot of the jokes aren't landing home for me because they're current event jokes, which I wasn't around then. I wasn't even born, so let alone current event. And now, like, I think if it was a joke about Lorena Bobbitt, I'd have heard it 100 times over by now. You see what I'm saying?
But even if you don't get that, when he talking about a damn lion in the zoo and how he looking like he looking like you know what I'm saying? I'm not sure you remember that when he was live from the Vegas Strip?
That's the one I watched
recently. Yeah. He was talking about the damn, people in the little caravans and shit in Africa and the lions behind the bush and all that shit. When he can tell a story.
When he gave the hell to the people in the audience.
Oh yeah, in New Orleans.
The guy that was taking the pictures. The guy that was taking the pictures.
He was in Long Beach.
Yeah,
he was like, you clicking this shit ain't shit flashing. Sit your ass down.
Don't look at me. I got a picture of Richard Pryor. Nobody gives a fuck.
But you know what I'm saying? Like those kind of comedians, those are like people that you can sit down with and will have you rolling.
But I got other people who I could easily throw in the top 5. Because we did. Cat Williams.
Oh yeah.
Cat Williams held it down stand-up wise for a good period. Cat Williams, Chris Rock.
I said Chris Rock.
You did? Chris Rock, Cat Williams, and Jamie Foxx when he was doing comedy.
Jamie, Yeah.
And you got some people that didn't really. I mean, they do stand up now, but they're not really known for their stand up. But they're good in movies and TV shows, like Marlon Wayans.
No, Will just did his first stand up last year.
Who?
Will.
For real?
Smith?
Yeah.
Oh
Damn.
wow. Like Marlon Wayans.
Was Sinbad funny to y'all? Or was he too clean?
I haven't never seen a Sinbad stand up.
He was really clean. I mean, but it was okay.
Yeah, it was still
okay.
funny. You can be clean and still be funny.
I never seen Sinbad's.
It's like Tony Baker. Tony Baker's funny.
Yeah. You're right. Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of other comedians that probably didn't get their time as being number one, but they still hit home for being funny to me. Mm-hmm. Like Arnaz J.
Yeah. Really animated, full of energy, man.
Lavelle Crawford.
Lavelle's good.
Gary Owen.
Gary Owen's cool.
Who else? Marvin Ditson's funny.
You got Earthquake still.
Earthquake's
still working.
Samora was funny. For female, Samora was funny. Not only Samora, but there was the other one. She used to be on Def Comedy Jam a lot. She was in the Queens of Comedy.
Miss Laura?
No, she had...
Older lady?
No.
You ain't
she had
talking
the
about
thing. She was like her...
such a fucking lady.
She's hilarious.
Adele.
Yeah.
Adele Givens. Adele Givens is hilarious.
Listen, I don't care what nobody say. I had a crush on Adele Givens when I was young.
Word?
I don't know what it was something about her, bro. I was like,
well, you had that auntie boy.
I took it down.
Word.
That auntie
I don't know what was going on with me. You hear me? I was in, and I was like, I think I was in like the 9th grade when I was looking at it. I was like, damn, Adele.
Yeah, Adele Givens.
Another was the lips. I don't know what it was.
There's another person that doesn't get a lot of credit, and you don't hear people mention him, but he's fucking hilarious, and that's Eddie Griffin.
Eddie Griffin. Yeah,
Eddie Griffin was
good.
hilarious.
Yeah.
He good.
You ever seen Dysfunctional Family?
I gotta go. I'm not sure.
This nigga had the perverted uncle that he had a photo album of pussy. It was like, oh yeah, I remember that. 19 cents. He just had pictures of pussy, dog. Like just the box.
Right.
Dysfunctional Family is hilarious if you watch it now.
What's funny about that is, man, because like we was talking about pedophiles and shit earlier with R.Kelly, right? I was watching a fucking what's it called, SVU episode, and the dude who was molesting kids, and he couldn't remember shit until he started touching one of the items, and then all of a sudden the shit came back to him, like on some weird shit, and like that just made me think about the uncle. If you go to the photo, man. Oh yeah, this what happened on this year,
Dysfunctional Family is
that's
hilarious.
some creep shit though.
Eddie Griffin is funny. Mike Epps is a hit or miss stand up wise.
Mike Epps
does he does very well.
Mike Epps is a funny everyday kind.
I've seen like 4 Mike Epps specials. Okay, one of them was just okay. The last one he did that was on Netflix was just okay.
I just like when he was like young man.
You're all in my guts, young man.
Yeah, my guts, young man.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that shit was funny. Or the one when he was like, yeah, dude with the arm, he said R&B, baby. You know I wanna love you.
Nigga like
Yes. He coming here this month too. He gonna be here like 16th or 17th.
Man. There's gonna be good shows, man. Cause that was a nice little lineup they got though. Cause some more gonna be.
You know they bringing Mark Curry. Hang on, Mr. Cooper.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's some more Mark Curry, Mike Epps, and Earthquake.
Wow.
Yeah. And I didn't like D-Ray's last stand up.
But D-Ray is funny though.
But I didn't like his last stand up though.
I thought it was okay. That wasn't his best one, but I thought it was okay.
Just like I didn't like Cat Williams' last stand-up too much.
Yeah, I think so.
Like, it was cool because we knew what Cat Williams was talking about because he's talking about our city.
Right.
But when he got past that, it was like, all right.
Yeah, after the first 10 minutes.
He spent too much time talking about Jacksonville.
Actually, after the first 10 minutes, it was no longer funny.
Yeah.
Because he stopped talking about Jacksonville. That nigga would have had 40 more minutes of Jacksonville material, motherfucker. I've been on the floor in stitches, you hear me?
He would have to spend 2 more weeks in Jacksonville to get 40 more minutes.
Yeah, man. So
it ain't that hard, girl.
Y'all got anything else for me, man?
Oh, what I wanted to ask y'all again, going back to Tiffany Haddish, was that we were talking about, you know, as far as music earlier and everything with rap music and there not being enough discipline for the craft or whatnot. Is that what we think happened with her? lack of discipline, or
No,
was it she just
I'm
had
not gonna
bad
say
luck?
that because I remember Tiffany Haddish being on Def Comedy Jam when they tried to bring it back,
Right.
like 2000, 2001 when Kevin Hart was the host.
Right.
And she tried her stab at it then. I mean, it's not like she just got in comedy. I mean, shit, she's damn near pushing 40. So she's been in comedy. I remember she was in Janky Promoter. She had a little role in there.
So how did she recover from this? Is what I'm asking.
Well,
I mean, she'll be
do
fine.
we face the music
She'll
and
be
say
fine.
she's not funny?
No, she's funny.
No,
Right.
I don't think so. Honestly,
You don't think she's
like,
funny at
like,
all?
I don't think she's funny.
She's goofy.
Yeah, she's goofy. I like her. I think she's very likable.
I think her material is redundant. You know what I'm saying? You get it, and I guess because she gave us so much of it up front,
At once, yeah.
that is like now you keep talking over and over. It's kind of like, But
I mean, also
She'll be great in
that has
movies,
also
though.
helped her career with the typecasting.
yeah, she'll be great in
But at the
movies.
same time, though, are we going to see her play more versatile roles? Or she always
She
going to
will.
be that character?
No,
She
nigga,
will.
no.
I think so.
They gonna need a wild,
Wild
character
black girl.
And I don't want to just say the loud black girl because they have Melissa McCarthy doing the same shit.
Right.
So it's just like
But
you just need that wild girl out the group, and she gonna always be it.
I don't know, man,
But-
because we thought Mike Epps was gonna be typecasting, and then you see him in Dreamgirls. You know what I'm saying?
But
So
does
it's
she
like,
want to step out
Was it
though?
Dreamgirls? That Sparkle.
And then that
Probably
was
Sparkle.
Sparkle.
Yeah.
That was Sparkle.
Shit, thought it was one of the two.
Same movie, pretty much.
Yeah.
But
Different movies.
what I'm saying is, being a black actress, she's got to do more.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, she just got hot. She just got hot about a year or two ago.
She got like, and it's funny because like when people get big in in Hollywood, they usually are in their 40s, and they just look good for their age, and it'd be like they just. It's like, especially black people, it's like Hollywood just discovered them. Like Hollywood discovered Denzel about 5-6 years ago. Mm-hmm. Me and you, dog, Mo Better Blues, cuz.
Better Blues.
Yeah.
Mo Better.
Was it Harlem Night? No, not Harlem Night. Got them. Harlem. Where they had the damn song. Where he was the jazz.
Mo Better Blues.
That was Mo Better Blues.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking Devil in the Blue Dress. Is the
Devil in
other
the Blue
movie.
Dress, yes, sir.
Yeah, that's the other movie
Yes,
I'm thinking
sir.
about. And it's like, bro, these are like we been knew about
He played
Denzel.
Malcolm X.
And this is not even
Come
like
on. Oh, they don't want to see that
don't
one.
wanna see that.
They don't want to see that one.
this is not even comedy. Just to get off from comedy, and you said like Denzel, you know who I want to see back in movies again?
Who?
Because
Samuel?
he's paved the way for me. Wesley Snipes.
There you go.
They need to put Wesley back in some movies,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
They need to get Wesley back in some
That sound
movies.
funny,
I was in a barbershop the other day and they was watching
My brother's keeper.
we were watching what was
Give a
it?
shit about that whole bitch.
It was him damn, what was the movie? It was him, Don Cheadle. It was something to Brooklyn. I forgot what it was. But I was like, yeah. They had
dressed up as women, were they?
no.
One of them damn
Oh,
movies.
It was something like
That's what we saw the downfall.
Two
That's
on
what we saw the
food.
downfall.
Boy, them
Yeah.
dark skinned niggas be up to
It was
no
like it was
Y'all
something.
dark skinned niggas up to no good.
Damn.
It's something of
man.
Brooklyn. Brooklyn something. Brooklyn's
With Don
finest.
Cheadle?
Brooklyn's finest.
Brooklyn's
Okay.
finest.
What you said with Don Cheadle?
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
Brooklyn's
So I don't know.
finest. This is when the Wesley had braids in that motherfucker. That was the most terrible braids. But you know who has the most braid? The most terrible.
Mackay Pfeiffer 8 Mile.
Nah. He had dreads.
Who?
And 8
Oh
Mile.
yeah, them were dreads.
You
But
know
they
who had
were
the
terrible.
worst braids ever
Who?
in a movie?
Who?
Shamar Moore and the Tyler Perry movie.
Oh,
The worst braids
you
ever in the history of movies.
Shamar Moore played
In the history of
himself.
movies.
They just glued that shit up there.
Yeah,
They didn't give
man.
it down.
They didn't even try.
Yeah. What else y'all got?
Did that nigga have a lace front?
It looked like it.
Oh,
You could just
man.
peel that shit right
They
off.
got that shit from Jay Holiday. They
They
took
got
Jay
Udon-
Holiday's braids and
He
put
had
it
the
on.
Udonis Haslams. Had the Udonis Haslams,
Oh
man.
shit! Oh damn!
Oh man.
Yeah, man. That's all.
All right, man. Well, that's it for this episode of Likeable Assholes, man. Make sure y'all check out the link. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. We drop a new episode every Saturday. Like I said, share, like, subscribe, and make sure you listen. Savon, you want to give them your handle?
You can check me out on IG at JASHAAD904. The same on my Twitter. If y'all don't want to hear the other podcasts, keeping it PC, all motherfuckers out there, you you want to hear nobody around here. You know, ain't keeping it real. Come to Likeable assholes.
There you go.
You tired of people? You tired of your your characters being censored by their networks? Come fuck with us. You know what I'm saying? That real talk, y'all. Yeah.
I'm about to put that on the group page and meme it with Suge Knight on that motherfucker. Come to Likeable assholes.
Nah, but make sure y'all follow me on Instagram. It's Step Got Jokes. Well, yeah, this is Step